Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about decimals, and in this the topic that we are going to cover is converting decimals into fractions or fractions into decimals. Let us see how we do this. First we will see that how do we convert decimal into fractions. Let us take an example to understand this. Suppose we are having a decimal number, that is 1.12, and we have to convert it into the fraction. First of all, we will write down the number 112 without the decimal. Now we will place 100 as a denominator. Now from where this 100 has come? This 100 has come, as you can see here in the question, we are having two places after the decimal, and these two places are 10th and 100th. So when we will convert this decimal into a fraction, we are going to convert it as 112 upon 100. Now let us take one more example to understand this. Suppose we are having a decimal that is 15.4. So how do we convert it into a fraction? We will write down 15 and 4 without the decimal. Now we will place 10 as a denominator, because in the question we can see we are having only one place after the decimal, and that is the 10th place. So when we convert this decimal into a fraction, it will become 154 upon 10. In the same way, if we are having a question 3.729 and we have to convert it into the fraction, so we will write down 3729 without the point, and in the denominator we are going to place 1000, because we can see we are having three places after the decimal, and that is 10th, 100th and 1000. So in this way we convert decimal into fractions. Now we can see this thing, that 112 upon 100, 154 upon 10, 3729 upon 1000. All these are in a decimal fractions. We can further convert it into the normal fractions, and this we are going to do by dividing both numerator and denominator by the same number. So when we will convert these decimal fractions to the normal fractions, again we have to divide numerator and denominator by the same number. So we can see that 112 and 100 both are divisible by 2. So let us start dividing this by 2. So when we will divide 112 by 2, we are going to get 56. And when we will divide 100 by 2, we are going to get 50. Again we can see that 56 and 50 are divisible by 2. So when we will divide 56 and 50 by 2, we are going to get 28, and in the denominator we are going to get 25. Now this 28 and 25, they are not further divisible. So we will write it as 28 upon 25, and in this way this decimal fraction, it has converted into the normal fraction. In the same way we do for 154 upon 10. We will divide 154 with 2 and we are going to get 77, and in the denominator we are going to get 5. So 77 upon 5, it is the normal fraction of the decimal fraction 154 upon 10. Then if we will see in the third example, that is 3729 29 upon 1000. So we know this thing that both the numbers will not appear in the same table. So we can change it into the mixed fraction. And the mixed fraction for this decimal fraction is 3,729 upon 1000. As 3 it is a whole number, 729 upon 1000 is converted into the mixed fraction. Now next we are going to learn that how do we convert fractions to decimals. Let us see how are we going to convert fractions into decimals. Let us take an example to understand this. Suppose we are having a fraction 6 upon 10 and we have to convert it into decimal. So let us see how are we going to do this. First of all, we will write down 6, that is our numerator, as it is. Now we are going to place decimal before this 6. We have placed the decimal before this 6 to the left side because we are having only one 0 in the denominator. So when we have converted this 6 by 10 into the decimal, it has come to be as 0.6, or we can write it down it as 0.6. In the same way, if we are having a fraction 8 upon 100 and we have to convert it into a decimal. So first of all, we will write down 8 and we will place the decimal point towards the left of this numerator 2 places. Now if we have to convert 8 upon 100 into a decimal, so first of all we write down the numerator as it is and we are going to place decimal towards the left of this 8, leaving the 2 places. So this is the 1 place, and here we are going to place the 0 if we are not having the enough digits, and then we are going to place the decimal. So when we have converted 8 upon 100 into a decimal, it has come to be as 0.08 or 0.08. Now if we have to convert 4 by 5 into a decimal, so first of all we have to convert the denominator into 10 or 100 or 1000. So we know this thing that when we multiply 5 by 2, we are going to get 10. And if we are multiplying 2 in the denominator, we have to multiply in the numerator also. So when we multiply it, we are going to get 8 upon 10. Now this 8 upon 10 can be easily converted into a decimal, that will come to be as 8, and we will place the point, that is a decimal point, before this 8 towards the left hand side, and it has come to be as 0.8 or 0.8. So in this way we convert the fractions to decimals.